and the first one as usual. And I'm doing a special reading for y'all. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna hopefully be to the point. Look at these cards already wanting to talk. Ace of Wands. Oh, love that. Y'all are gonna be getting some kind of passionate new beginning. But you know what's new for Aries? That does not surprise me. We're gonna do for you today a special reading on your year ahead, and you know what, I'm going to pull from these cards in just a moment and do like a 5-card spread to just kind of feel out what's coming up for you generally speaking over the next new year. But let's just start out real quick and see if anything comes out on love for you. What's going on with Aries in 2021? What's the overall theme for Aries in 2021? Please show me, Spirit. Oh my. Wow, you got a lot going on. Those wanted to come out too, so I'm going to give them to you, all right? The Foundation. 6 of Swords in reverse. Somebody is wanting to move on, but they're having trouble moving on, and it might have to do with an Aquarius or a soulmate. And you got 5 of Swords, where the two of you might have had a disagreement, not on the same page, can't, have a meeting of the minds. Somebody maybe, wanted something that was not a win-win solution, and it was going to put another person at a disadvantage. And I think coming into this year, you're dealing with this issue, even though I'm pulling cards for 2021. It's like you're coming in with this situation where really the advice is you got to take a risk, to shake things up in your life. And yet I see there might be a weakness of will. It might have to do with a Leo, a lack of confidence, a lack of discipline might be at play with the Knave of Swords in reverse. Again, getting an air sign here, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or possibly in the past there's been unkept promises, gossip, exaggeration, interference from other people. But there you are, getting a brand new start, just like I saw with that Ace of Wands, and 5 of Wands, where you are trying to avoid a conflict. Now, I'm seeing a couple cards here where you or somebody else have been looking at somebody online, okay, with that Knave of Swords, and now with the 5 of Wands. Somebody's like on the outside watching somebody, maybe to see if they're in a relationship, and wanting to draw near to that person, wanting to make plans to be with that person. And there might be some kind of emotional or physical distance between you and this person. You might have lived with them before, or there's a desire, somebody wants to live with another person again, or for the first time. But there's also somebody here who's got a fear of losing themselves in this union. And with the Knave of Swords, Knave of Wands, I'm inclined to believe that it's you, Aries, or, it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, regardless of sign. Somebody wants to really cut loose and let go and get a brand new start, but they want things to be stable with the Ace of Pentacles. And hey, you got 2 aces there that have popped out for you, which indicate that you got new partnership coming up for you, very possibly in 2021. Let me see very quickly what the overall romantic advice for you with your love life. You've got a lot of cards coming out, Aries, and if the other ones don't get as many cards, I'm sorry. It is what it is, right? I'm just going with the flow of spirit. This says, let your friends help, ask for and accept support from others, and express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Some of you have not been putting it out there, or this other person has not, right? They've been on the sidelines watching. I saw a lot of this energy of somebody watching from the sidelines. So some of you might need to talk to your friends if you're trying to find the right words to open up a conversation, or get an introduction to somebody, that kind of thing. or just taking a very friendly approach, starting off as friends. That might help, particularly, by the way, if you're dealing with an Aquarian, which I saw here, some of you might. You know, start off as friends and work on that. But yeah, I'm seeing past life relationships. So for some of you, this is someone, like I said, you've lived with them before. Um, and or you know, there's a distance issue and somebody's wanting to draw near. They're either wanting to move in with you, or they're wanting to move closer to you, or you closer to them. Let me see what's going on with your money this year. And let me say, you know, this is a year, by the way, where you have Saturn in your 11th house, which is very Aquarian, okay? So some of you are being taken to task with all things Aquarian, your friend group, socializing. There's maybe some karma attached to Aquarius that you're working on this year, and maybe getting some kind of pushback, limitation, frustration, delays having to do with, you know, 11th house matters. But you may also have Jupiter there as well, or it could be later on in the year going into the 12th house. Um, and so there's blessing there to kind of soften out the difficulties. But yeah, on the money front, I'm seeing with the Nine of Wands in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, some of you are exhausted. You've been going through some things, I think materially. It might have had to do with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, perhaps some, you know, person who, or energy of somebody who was trying to buy access and influence, somebody who maybe, I'm hearing misappropriated money, was trying to use money to pull strings, you know, that type of thing. And so be very careful about that, because I see somebody very exhausted over it in 2021. And you've got Knave of Chalices in reverse, so possibly a water sign, maybe a child, or somebody significantly younger than you, could be, you know, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Regardless of sign, you know, this is somebody who there's not been emotional availability with them, or vulnerability, or, you know, again, we're doing them, this is on the money front. So somebody's feeling insecure maybe about their money, and that's why maybe you saw this dark energy with somebody trying to use their money to control things in a very unhealthy way. Maybe for some of you, overspending, shopping addictions, things like that, overeating, overindulging in some respect as a coping mechanism for feeling financially insecure. And by the way, I do see many of you dealing with your North Node in the second house, South Node in the eighth. These are your money houses where you are needing to embrace your personal values. You're needing to look out for your possessions, but you maybe are having to release eighth house stuff having to do with shared resources, other people's money, where you're not going to be able to depend on that so much. Even like government funds, you're going to have to really stand on your own more this year. And I'm going to say, you know, all this astrology that I'm sharing with you is especially relevant if you are an Aries rising. It also has some relevance if you're Aries sun, but I strongly encourage you to watch your rising sign video, where, you know, because the astrology in there is probably going to be more relevant for you. Your advice this year is release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities, okay? And then at the foundation, you've got let go of guilt. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of beating yourself up for them. Yeah, I mean, look, I just recently had to talk to my Earth sign daughter last night, because, you know, we were practicing driving and she made some mistakes, and I ain't gonna lie, for a moment there she kind of scared me. I'm getting too old for that stuff. But I had to tell her at the end of the day, just this is how we learn. Like don't beat yourself up for not being the perfect driver. I mean, this is how you learn is through mistakes, and God knows that. God knows that, and so He knows that we're human, that we're gonna make mistakes, and so be gentle with yourself and understand that. Wow, look at that! I'm telling you, the cards are really wanting to talk. You got a Two of Cups, Nine of Swords, Seven of Wands, Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles reverse, Justice. Y'all are probably gonna have like the longest reading today, Aries, because so many cards coming out for y'all, and I'm just honoring it. But Five of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom, where you are coming out of difficulties. Okay, if you've had problems with your money, this is a year that you are healing it, you are recovering. And some of you, you had a relationships. It might be just friendships or with family members, people where there was a union or some kind of emotional connection, but you went through a lot of pushback, I think, and very adversarial type of energy, and might have stressed you out with these relationships that you have. But I do see you stepping into your boldness. And if you're dealing with any kind of insecurity, it could be very karmic. I saw that again, like I said, with what's going on with your north and south nodes. And I'm seeing it again here with the Justice card. This might be a legal situation, might be a Libra, got to put that out there as well. But that Page of Pentacles in reverse really implies to me that for some of you, there's been a lack of commitment and planning. And there's some karmic lesson attached to that. Some of you have been very in the short term with your focus, which is very Aryan, right? Y'all are very in the right here, right now. But there's some karmic lesson about how you need to step in your boldness and tackle this issue, find balance, maybe be accountable not just to the here and now, but what are your long-term plans over this year? I don't know why relationships are factoring in soul unions, but for some reason, there's been pushback from other people over this karmic lesson, and it's created a lot of anxiety for you. So real quickly, let me do this 5-card spread for Aries on lessons from last year, lessons for New Year, the obstacles, and what is their strength for 2021. The foundation will have the overall theme, okay? One more shuffle, and I'm going to cut. And at the foundation, you've got Nine of Wands. My gosh, some of you this year, take care to get your sleep, okay? Really prioritize it. Do what you can to get quality sleep. Some of you are going to have to do a lot of self-healing work to figure out how to remedy issues of anxiety and tension that just kind of loom, and in that way you can move on to, you can move on from that. But your lessons from last year, well, Knight of Cups in reverse, this is about somebody who has possibly idealized love to a fault. And I say Aries, particularly those of you who have Venus in Aries, y'all tend to really have a very innocent way of looking at love or loving, which on one hand is beautiful, because when you fall in love with someone, you just go all in, like what could go wrong here, It's like the Fool card, taking a leap of faith right off the cliff. What could possibly go wrong here? And that's a lovely thing, by the way, for the other person, for you to just like have no holds barred, you know what I'm saying? But perhaps you learned a lesson about maybe taking more of a realistic view at love. Some of you, maybe you dealt with that energy in your life where it's like, this last year of 2020, you have to ask yourself, do you overhype love prospects or love in your life, and it's not grounded, it's not realistic, and you just end up getting let down by it? Lessons for the new year, there's that Star card again. So I'm telling you, there's an Aquarian or there's 11th house matters going on. I know, with the astrology for y'all, particularly Aries rising, you've got Saturn in your 11th house. So a lot of karma attached to all things Aquarian, socializing, friend groups, ambitions, ideals. And this kind of harkens back to this idealization. Yeah, maybe about a soulmate, okay? Have you idealized the soulmate, idealized what love is for you? And, last year's lesson was, yeah, there's love and there are soulmates, but get real. They're real people and they're going to disappoint you. They're going to let you down. And it doesn't mean they're not right for you or that there aren't things that, or that you got to move on to another person, and that they'll be better. I mean, you could be doing that. You could be going through people like a box of Kleenex all your life trying to find somebody better. It's what flaws can you live with and what can you not, I think is the question here, Aries. Your obstacles for 2021, you've got the Chariot card, so there's something going on with you getting forward movement and progress. I'm going to clarify that in a moment. The strength that you have, wow, twin flame, soul connection. I don't know why, that came in reverse. So it's almost like, oh gosh, is this about your love life? Because I'm seeing with it in the reverse, in the upright, well, this is about ascension. This is about divinity and your soul. But in the reverse, it's almost, why would that be a benefit? Are you being held back for good reasons? I'm going to clarify that. But I think some of you are definitely, stressed out about it. Why is the Chariot in reverse as an obstacle for Aries in 2021? Some of you, this is about moving or getting a new car. Well, it's an apology. Somebody's sorry, okay? Somebody's had time to think about it. Somebody's had time to think about giving an apology, or somebody's taken too long to give the apology. Somebody is realizing that sacrifices needed to be made because now they're regretting. And I think that the longer someone dilly-dallies on this apology, the longer it's going to hold back getting meaningful progress. Okay. So I wanted to clarify the twin flame, and what came out is Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, and 10 of Swords. So I think somebody is going to make a decision, okay? And it might be this water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is also an ideal, this would, a lot of times Queen of Cups is like the ideal wife and mother. I see that she's looking at a decision being made. Something has ended in her life, and there might be a lot of emotional and mental pain associated with it that's been going on for a very long time. I see this again clarifying your strength, okay? Some of you, I'm getting the idea that this whole twin flame thing that is, which, side note, believe what you want about twin flames. I'm not really a believer in it. I'm just going to let you know where my bias is, okay? You can decide what you want for yourself. But if you've been a person who has been, following the whole twin flame theory and you really believe in it, this might be a year where you just drop it. You're like, I don't care if this person is my twin flame. I'm not gonna keep taking another sword for this person. I'm done with it. I'm done with all the emotional pain. I'm making a decision to end it. I'm making a decision not to take action on pursuing this person, because you realize maybe they're not sorry. You've been waiting on an apology. You've been waiting on them to be sorry, but the waiting around is just putting you on hold. And again, I'm kind of seeing this theme here overall for you in 2021, where you're going to maybe put down the whole twin flame thing and go after getting a soulmate, because you realize, you know what? I need something grounded. I need real love. Maybe, yeah, it's not a perfect person. In fact, I'd be concerned about somebody who looks perfect. But, you know, like, okay, who are you, flaws and all? And is this somebody who can accept me, flaws and all? Can we live with this? You know, these differences, can we accept and work through and help each other? This is an interesting spread. And yeah, there we go, Lover's card. It's crazy because some of you, very much this has to do with partnerships, and I'm seeing it all over. You know, perhaps a Gemini is relevant, again, another air sign, but some of you making a decision about partnership, and I'm seeing that over here. And I think that some of you might have lost a lot of sleep over this. You might have wanted to just give up on this union. You might have, you know, been through a lot of trials and tribulations with this person. And I see some of you maybe dropping the whole, if it's not a twin flame belief, it is this idea in, I'm going to find this perfect match. I think it's more about, you know, back to this lesson of Knight of Cups in reverse. No, I'm going to go after real love that is not with a perfect person, and I'm not perfect, and they can accept my flaws as I'm able to accept theirs, and we're able to work together to perfect our union rather than expect it to be perfect. Yeah. Well, that's all I've got for now. And wow, gave a lot of time there. So, oh, the other signs, if they're upset with me, sorry, it's like there was a lot for Spirit to say in this reading, and I hope it blessed y'all. And let me say, if you want more information, I've got the January readings on Etsy for $3.99. Links are down below. If you want a private annual reading, I do those at my website, crownedones.weebly.com. Again, links are down below. And yeah, if none of that is in your budget, please bear in mind, I've got a lot of astrology free videos here on YouTube. Like I just put out a Saturn and Aquarius, so you can even go to the timestamp for Aries or your rising and get more detailed information about Saturn and Aquarius and how it's affecting your, you know, natal chart. And if you want to make sure that you're staying tuned for those kind of messages that will be continuing to come out, well, you know, make sure you hit the notifications, especially because this Friday I'm putting out a special video on how to, you know, find out specifically how this stuff is impacting your natal chart. Because what I told you earlier about the astrology, it's very general, okay? But more specific to you, I'm going to give you some quick astro tips on my channel coming this this Friday. So make sure you've hit the bell for notifications so that you will be notified whenever that is released. All right, well, until next time, wishing you all the best. Be blessed.